Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about ways to save money in 2021. Now, granted, 2020 was a difficult financial year for a lot of us, but it sort of allowed people to sort of reflect on their finances a little bit better. The way I look at it is if you're in a difficult financial position, you're not saving money or you're not budgeting enough, but sometimes it's okay to take one step back before you take two steps forward. So the way I look at it is that, you shouldn't really regret anything in your life. Everything's a learning curve. Hopefully the concepts I'm going to be showing you today, you'll be able to live a more financially healthy life. If you're new to the channel guys, my name is Jack. I make all kinds of videos on personal finance and investing. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel to stay up to date with more investing and personal finance related videos. The first thing on my list of concepts around saving money is that you should always have a goal in mind. Having a goal allows you to sort of plan ways to get to that goal and ultimately will allow you to sort of motivate yourself along the way and have a clear picture of how you can actually get there. Let's say you're saving money for a deposit for a house. You can really pinpoint that, hey, I need to get this house deposit in 3 years. Let's say, right, you're planning to buy a house in 3 years. You can sort of pinpoint that, okay, I need to save around £800 a month on my monthly expenses to get there. You sort of can cut down on useless things and sort of motivate yourself that, okay, I have this goal in mind, I have this wider goal. Anytime you're going outside of the expectation that you've set yourself, you sort of can always kind of remind yourself that, hey, I've got this goal in mind, this is my wider goal. Do I really need this useless thing right now? So having a goal, however small or however big it might be, is always important. You can have a goal like, I want to go on holiday this year, I need to save a couple of £100 a month for that, or whatever the goal might be. That's entirely up to you guys, but it's important to sort of have this thing in mind. The second thing you're going to need to do is ditch your bad habits. Like, I'm not going to tell you that you shouldn't do certain things. That's entirely up to you what you sort of want to do. But things like smoking and alcohol, these things are, one, very bad for your body, but two, they are very, very, very expensive habits to have. I read the other day that a pack of cigarettes costs £20 or something like that, right? I've never actually smoked in my life, so I can't actually judge the way you feel about these things and sort of your relationship with them. But what I can say from an outsider's point of view, these things are very, very bad for your health, and they will add up seriously when it comes to your finances, taking everything away from your dreams. Sort of everything you want to do in life is in moderation. It depends how hard you want to be to yourself, right? If you have a goal in mind, like let's say you want to buy an expensive car and you're spending roughly £10 for your cigarette consumption a day, you've just wasted on absolutely junk. You could have leased out a car, or you could have saved that money and actually worked towards getting that end goal. So, bad habits, ditch them. The third thing you should do is budget everything. I mean, if you want to get really serious about your finances, you need to budget. You need to know what's coming in and out of your bank every single month. Cash is great, guys, but if you can use your card every time you do a transaction, it will allow you to actually see in your bank, very crystal clear that I spent X amount at, Costa, or X amount at Primark, whatever your vices are. At the end of the month, you'll be able to see that, hey, hold on a minute, last month I spent £100 here, but this month I overshot the mark, I spent 150. You might be thinking to yourself, I need to cut down, I spend too much on this, right? Allow you to sort of identify different strategies and ultimately reduce your monthly spending. There's a famous quote by Peter Drucker, who is like the sort of king of consulting, or he was, he's dead now. His quote was, you can't improve anything you don't track. Meaning, if you don't know, hey, I'm spending £300 on Deliveroo every month, that's something, that's not even in your mind. You might be thinking, I do spend a bit, but until you track something, it won't hit you, which is why it's very, very important to track absolutely everything. And there are budget strategies to sort of help you adjust your spending and living accordingly. So for example, there is the 50-30-20 rule. You essentially allocate 50% of your money that's coming in to your needs, 30% to the things you actually want, so extra things, and then 20% you put in your savings. It's really good for people that are starting to get into budgeting because it will give them a sort of framework to kind of live by. But don't feel like you have to follow the same sort of thing. Going back to the thing I said earlier, if you really want to hit your goals really fast, you might be thinking, I want to take out my wants a little bit and put that into my savings so I can actually get my goals. And when I'm mentioning savings, the last 20% allocation, you should really even split that up even more into actually investing some of that money, because if your money is sitting in your bank account every single month, it's decaying. I make a lot of investment videos, but check out my sort of video on Vanguard. This will give you a rundown on how Vanguard works and how you can actually allow you to get your money to grow with you. This will allow you to sort of passively invest without thinking, I need to worry about the stock market much. The idea is that you dump money every single month, and it's in an index fund, so it's all sort of taken care of for you. Anyway, just check out my video if you want to get more into that. So the fourth thing you should do is reduce your debt. We're not talking about mortgages here, we're talking about high interest debt, credit card debt. This will give you the best return on your money, and it's better than actually investing even. There's really two methods of reducing this debt. One is called the Avalanche Method. Let's say you have a debt of 10% on one of your credit cards, and another credit card you have a 5%. You really want to just push your money into paying that first debt off first, and then moving on to the next debt, because this will systematically allow you to pay off your debt but also save as much money in the process, as you're basically allowing the high interest debt to actually stop compounding. The second method is actually quite the opposite of this. It's called the Snowball Method. This is where you're paying off the smallest amount of debt first, and then you're going to the next biggest, and then the next biggest. It's not the most smartest strategy, but people have said that it gives them the psychological sort of effect that, hey, I'm sort of moving up in my debt reducing career, so to speak. So if I was in this situation, I personally would not employ this strategy at all. I would straight go to the Avalanche one, but it depends on your preference, so it's good to sort of get an idea of both. Fifth thing you should do, and this is quite important, right? Travel is the most expensive thing in our lives, whether you're traveling to work or you're commuting to see your friends, and the most common way people do it is via a train. You need to get yourself a rail card. I cannot stress how easy this is to do and how much money you will actually save. A rail card will allow you to save 1/3 of your travel fares. And the process is very simple. Just go online and actually apply. And some banks, if you sign up with some bank accounts, they'll actually give you a full year rail card for free. So really, there's no excuse out there. Probably the best investment you will make. The sixth thing you should do is, when you're buying things like a phone or a TV, so go to comparison websites like Uswitch, and you will get the best deal out there. I'm not a promoter for Uswitch. You can use any other site, but going on a site like Uswitch will allow you to sort of commoditize what you're after. If you're after, a SIM with a unlimited minutes, you can just literally write that in, and you will get the best price for that on the market. I'm currently paying around £6 for my SIM. This is because I found a deal through this website. £6 would add up to around £72 a year. I know some people who are paying £72 every single month, and it's because they haven't switched to better deals. The seventh thing you should do is, do not waste your money on useless things, and don't waste your time either. At the end of every day for about a week, write down all the things you did, and you tick off all the things that were sort of useless. Let's say you spent 6 hours on a particular day looking at how to make money using surveys. You just wasted 6 hours of your life on things that are going to earn you very little money, if any. You could have spent 6 hours of that time looking for a job, or if you've got a job, looking for ways to improve your skills so you can attract better pay, or building a business. Really review your day and sort of think, am I wasting time on things that I'm doing? At the end of the day, time is money. You are literally wasting money by doing this. If you spent the 6 hours working somewhere let's say at £8 an hour on average, you would have got like £48 for that. You literally wasted money there. The idea is that you should track at the end of the day what you're doing and how much time you're actually wasting. There's a time for enjoyment, there's a time for work. That's number 8. You need to force your money into your savings. A lot of people have struggled with actually saving money. As soon as it comes into the bank account, they literally, want to spend it as fast as possible. Guys, just set up a direct debit from one account to another account. Set up another bank account if you haven't. And literally, as soon as the income is coming in, it's literally going out on the same day to X account. You don't even have it. So it sort of allocates the money for you, and so to speak. You can even be very sophisticated and sort of have a savings account, a spending account, a fund account, and sort of when the money coming in, you can set up direct debits to sort of allocate that amount for you. So it depends how far you want to get with this, but the sort of initial thing you should do, when the money's coming in, have it automatically go into a savings account. This will psychologically put yourself into a mindset of, I didn't even get this money, so you can't spend what you don't have. That's number 9. You should take your own food into work. work if you can. Don't spend money on overpriced food. Going work is something that is high volume. You're going every day almost, right? If you're going to spend, upwards of £5, £6 a day on just lunch, this will add up in a month, this will add up in a year, this will add up to the many, many years you're at that workplace. Best thing you could do right now is cook your own food, make your own food if you can, and just take that into work. The money you save, you can invest it, you can put into your savings, you can improve your financial strategy. And number 10, I mentioned this a little bit earlier, but you should invest your money. Investing your money allows money to grow with you as you do in your life, and hopefully will put yourself in a place where, in a certain amount of years, the money will actually outgrow the money you're actually earning yourself. If you want to get started on investing and building passive income, check out my video here on where I discuss beginner's sort of guide to investing, or my video here on where I discuss compound interest. This is probably the most important one, so watch this one instead. But anyway guys, I'll see you next time. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and drop me a like if you have. So I'll see you next time.